Have you seen this yet? Sony released the first 8 minutes of Kraven the Hunter. We're not going to play it.
I watched it.
I watched
Okay.
it.
I watched it.
Hunt for Red
First of all,
October.
this
Put a
isn't
copyright
new.
strike on that.
That's exactly what I thought. Scripty.
Yep.
This-
I was listening to that and I'm like, wow, that's a little on the nose.
This isn't new. This strategy has happened before. What I like about this is I can go to the movie 8 minutes late now. So that's a plus. But for those that watch this, what do you think?
I think what we saw was a very desperate move by Sony. I don't understand the logic of dropping this 8 minutes. I will say this though, man. I think if this were not titled Kraven the Hunter, it looks like it could be just a brain dead, action movie that you could watch on streaming at home, in your sweats and a beer. Not something I would go to the theater and drop $20 for. But I question the logic of them dropping this 8 minute preview.
Dante, this is the one that they said is going to make up for all the other failed Sony movies. And then, Chris, I saw this. I was like, oh, 8 minutes. This must be really good. This is going to sell me. And the whole time, the only thing I thought during this opening was, damn, I wish he had played in Gladiator 2 instead of Paul Mescal, Aaron Taylor Johnson. It probably would have been a far better. But no, I am not excited about this at all. I don't know why they chose to do this.
I thought Ryan Gosling did a great stunt work here for Aaron Taylor Johnson. I thought it was
real good stuff, man.
He did from the Fall Guy.
I don't know why they chose to show this. I mean, it was such a guy goes and infiltrates a Soviet gulag to kill a dude.
Isn't that Mission Impossible? But just like he was extracting someone.
Yeah, and well, that's it's true. And I was watching this, first of all, playing the national anthem, the Russian national anthem, in case you didn't know where we were. Where I mean, it made sense to play it at the beginning of the Hunt for Red October because Russian patriots had a big part to play in that movie. So it made sense. But for this, it's just Russia was the location. I thought it would have been far more interesting if it just had a subtitle that said where it was. I was more interested in the troop transport they were carrying the prisoners in. I'm like, that's cool. I wonder if that's real. But watching this whole thing, it wasn't exactly a spectacular scene because we've seen the trailer. So it wasn't, it was some atypical setup, and it wasn't if you want to do a Bond opening, do a Bond opening. This was fairly lackluster. I mean, so it tells you that it's a comic book adaptation that's R-rated because it's got gore in it. But it didn't have anything interesting to show us. It was really kind of a boring scene.
But also, once again, this is a character in name only, man. Like, this isn't Kraven the Hunter. Like, this is not the Spider-Man Kraven the Hunter.
It's his son. And Russell Crowe is playing the fat version of the real Kraven.
Oh, goody. Like, see, this is what I mean. I think Sony just needs to stop this. They need to stop this.
Well, they have no vision for it.
Right.
I mean, it's funny. They keep making these movies, and what is their point?
Well, they got screwed, right? They had a vision. They were going to do Andrew Garfield and the Sinister Six or whatever it was, and they said all that, but then that got pulled, and Tom Holland, and then they kept losing their Spider-Man, and now we have a bunch of movies with no Spider-Man. So yeah, what's the point now? They have to somehow tie this into the next Spider-Man multiverse movie?
But they're not even, they're taking characters that, I mean, Kraven's Last Hunt is one of the great Spider-Man stories.
Yes.
And so to then take a character out of that that milieu or that story and build another story around him seems silly. It's like, why are we doing this? What is the point? What am I supposed to take away as an audience member from this movie? What story are they going to tell me that I'm supposed to find interesting about this?
I'd be more interested if this was called Wes Craven's The Hunter, because it'd be something
right.
Yeah,
I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. I do too. I could see him as James Bond. I mean, he's really underutilized. I mean,
and to be fair, he looked
How tall
great.
is he? I feel like he's too short to play James Bond.
You think so?
Well, he's also oddly enough, like he's a really good actor, but for some reason, whenever he's like the main character that's not part of an ensemble, he's just not bringing butts to the seats. Like even when he got his trial run with the Kick-Ass and all that stuff, they did fairly well, but nobody was really going there to see him. They were going there to see Nick Cage in the first one, and then Jim Carrey in the second one, and Mark Strong in the first one to a degree. And you're like, okay, so he's not quite standing out the way you'd think he should be, given the fact that he's still remarkably good at what he does.
He's a very good character actor. I think he should kind of stick with that or a supporting role. I loved him in Bullet Train.
He's great.
Loved him in Bullet Train.
Yeah,
in
I
fact,
loved him in the Oliver Stone movie Savages.
Oh yeah.
And he's in Nosferatu.
Blake Lively is in that one. Taylor, that's a good one.
Incredible cast.
So like
them releasing like the first 8 minutes, people already like all of these Spider-Man movies without the Spider-Man, Venom being probably the most successful of all of them, but then you have like Morbius, which was terrible. Madam Web was like the most recent one, which was awful.
Where's my Dr. Octopus?
And then you
movie
have like
of
the
just
director
Dr.
coming
Octopus?
out and like saying like, oh, please give our movie a chance. We really made something fun here. I think you'll like it. Like the director literally begging people to come and see the movie and giving it a chance. That's probably another reason why they put out the first 8 minutes, like to get people in seats.
But can I just say something from a plot point of view? I don't understand. So he's got a plane waiting for him outside of that gulag or that prison. How long did it take him to get captured, shackled up with all those prisoners? Did he go through some kind of a trial, which might have taken months? And if he's able to have a plane ready for him, why didn't he just infiltrate the prison like at night? Like a
skyhook maneuver.
Yeah, exactly. I'm watching this going, why? How much time did it take to get him in a position to infiltrate this prison? And if he's so good, why don't they just pay some dudes on the inside to kill the guy?
Yeah.
Like, why did they pick this scenario to introduce Kraven the Hunter? It seemed like an odd way to open a movie, which leads me to believe that the rest of the script is probably equally as odd, which made me not want to watch it. And I wanted to watch it based on if I didn't see this first 8 minutes and I only seen the last trailer, I would have gone to see the movie. This tells me I probably don't want to see the movie.
What did this tell us? He infiltrates a prison to hunt someone. So is this what the movie is? He's just a fancy assassin that's going to kill a generic bad guy that we won't care about because it won't be anything related to Spider-Man?
Yep.
He's Kraven the Hunter.
I honestly thought this movie already came out and flopped. Like that's
right.
I thought it already released.
Tickets are on sale right now. That's part of why they released the 8 minutes. But there's
the numbers on it are terrible.
There's no enthusiasm. And again, I like Aaron Taylor Johnson's take on this character. I think it works. It would be even better if Spider-Man was in it.
Ironically, a lot of you guys might disagree with me on this, and I'm sure you will, but I don't care. I will stand 10 toes down that out of all the Sony films, to me, Madam Web was still the most enjoyable of all the Sony. And that says a lot. That says a lot, dude. Like,
wow.
But I had the most fun with it. I had the most fun because I gave 0 Fs. I was good. I was a little lit, and I laughed the whole way through. That was the best comedy of the year.
Dominating reason why you didn't have a problem with it. You were a little lit.
Lord Thought.
I'm just saying that was comedy of the year, man. I couldn't stop laughing.
By the way, it says that the early projections for this, they're saying are 20 to 25 million, which means it'll come in way under Morbius.
Wow.
Under
those
Morbius?
are the projections are
Oh my
almost
gosh.
That's my IMAX theater.
Is
Wait,
that you, Alan?
My local IMAX theater.
Why is it on IMAX?
My God.
It'll make tens of thousands.
Oh my God.
They're really going to put that on IMAX?
Well, they are. Why not?